Pottery. Now wizards, women made pottery bowls and containers that were used for various things. They used clay for this. They could use the pots for cooking on open fires without the pots cracking. Now let's look at the Ladenburg herds. Pottery was also used in special ceremonies. Many pots were decorated with patterns that had a special meaning. Archaeologists found pieces of clay pots near the town of Ladenburg in Mpumalanga. The pots had been deliberately broken. When the pieces were put together, they saw that the pots were models of human heads. They became known as the Ladenburg heads. Sometimes clay or grass objects are used to help with the teaching during initiation. At the end, all the objects used are burnt or broken. Archaeologists think that it was what the Ladenburg heads are used for. Now looking into trade. Some farmers lived in areas that were good for cattle, but not good for crops. Cattle were used for grain and other agricultural products from farmers in the valleys who were able to grow crops. Some communities specialized in iron and copper, and they traded their products for food. Gold was important in trade. Traders from the Indian Ocean coast exchanged cloth and glass beads from across the Indian Ocean for gold produced in present-day Limpopo and Zimbabwe. Communities who lived near salt deposited traded in salt. Medicine and healing. Early farming communities knew a lot about how plants could be used for healing. They had traditional healers and diviners called sangomas. The sangomas treated illnesses. Men and women could become sangomas. Student sangomas worked with experienced sangomas for many years before they could work on their own. Sangomas had spiritual powers to heal illnesses. They used a variety of roots, bark, herbs, flowers, as well as some animal products to mix their medicines. They were also consulted when rituals were performed or to help find lost cattle. Hunting. Farmers got most of their food from their cattle and their fields, but they also hunted wild animals. Sometimes African farmers hired sand hunters to hunt for them. Most of the time, they hunted themselves. The young men sometimes hunted on their own with traps and snares, but often hunting was a communal activity. To catch buck, half the party acted as beaters and drove the animals towards the bush where the others were hiding. Women went with the men on the long hunting trips and cooked food for the men.